Peace, y'all. We are back, of course, on another episode of Urban Grind Radio. It's your homegirl, your soul sister, the queen of the ghetto gospel, Johni Demeatri. And obviously, I'm excited to be here because we got a lot of beautiful people that we've been talking to. And now it's my turn. So I actually want to get right into the left of me with my brand new co-host. Are you excited to be here?
I'm super excited. You know what's the weirdest thing is like you ladies, your voices are beautiful, and so I'm gonna start talking like this because I gotta keep up. You know, like I got this squeaky voice. I'm like,
that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
So in the soothest, most smoothest voice that you possibly can you introduce yourself to the people and tell them about you?
Yeah, I'm John Ming. I'm a Chicago comic and actor. I'm on Amazon on Night Sky right now, episode 2 that was released last year, and I also do stand up in the Chicago scene.
So how is that?
The stand up in the Chicago, I love it, man. Here's the thing: it's like any person who pursues art, it's a miserable experience. But the thing that you know it. But there's something that just you can't live without it. It's like this weird relationship. So every night I know I'm going to suffer, but I know I'm suffering for something that I love, and that just makes it all worthwhile. So what I'm saying, it's miserable, but I love the misery of it.
Wow, that's so dope to even think about it that way. That's good. We're going to keep that going because to the left of you, obviously, we have our very beautiful and special guest, Miss Shondolyn. And it's crazy that the comedy is just in the air. Y'all make me want to do some stand-up or something like that. Right?
Yeah, come on out. Yeah. You gotta
I'll give you a capital T for trying, no matter how you do.
So can I call you Sean? I heard you being called Sean throughout the night, so can I call you Sean?
I know somebody did just shorten it like that. Sure. You said it right the first time.
All
so
right.
Yeah, you could call me Sean.
Okay, Miss Sean. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you get started into doing comedy? I know you do stand up as well, right?
I do stand up. That is my first love as far as the arts. How did I get started? It's something I wanted to do for a very long time. I started watching it with my father. And my daddy was the best kitchen comic ever. Like, whenever he go to a barbecue, a card game, or whatever, you hear my daddy make people crack up. And I really think it's a gift that God gave him, and I got the funny gene. And I really started exploring it in my late 20s, early 30s after I had my first child. Something, once he was born, I felt like if he had a gift, no matter how, like I had stage fright to like the 10th power, but I just felt like if he ever had a gift, I wouldn't want him to let something like that stop me. And luckily, my first time I ever did it, it was the greatest 5 minutes of my life. It was a positive experience, and from there, it's been up.
So how long has it been?
Since the first time I tried, it has been about 4.5, 5 years since the first time I started comedy. I started comedy. Then God blessed me with another gift of life. I call my kids my Louis and my Gucci bag. So I had my Gucci bag set down for a minute. Then I had another something driving me. And ever since then, it's really been up from there since that pandemic been over. That's like what, we felt like the world was finna end. So I really just been on my grind since then.
For your comedy, do you talk about, like, what do you draw from? Like, you talk about your dad, he's a big part of it. Like, what's your identity?
Yeah, my dad, experiences as a mom, just as a woman. I've always felt like I'm a free spirit. I have an open mind. Like, I've always been a people person. And my sister say I love attention. I don't think of it like that, so that's the way she described it. But I just love making people laugh. Like, it's like a little drug for me.
Yeah, also you're doing this as a mother with kids, so
and it's
crazy.
I think that's why I really feel like, well, no shade to my kids, I love my kids, but they come first, and I'm really trying to find a way to navigate through following my dream and making sure that I don't drop the ball with them. I have a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old, so I really got to keep my eye on that 14-year-old right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to miss any special moments with my 7-year-old, but my family is really supportive, and we found a way to make it happen. The more I do it, the more we all see that, I could do this. I really had a positive experience a couple weeks ago. I did my first live taping on Chicago's Comedy Come Up. So that experience was like a real big motivator for me. I worked with some of the funniest comedians in comedy in Chicago, one, and I'm just looking forward to see what that opportunity does for me.
I do have a question. Like, how do you find the balance, right? Like, I think any artist out there, especially when you're starting out, you're trying to find your place, you're going through that process. The hardest thing is trying to live like a normal life and the life of an artist.
Yeah.
And figuring that balance, is there anything that made you realize the kind of commitment you had to take, or just something that you were born into and born with?
Yeah. Watching other people go places you want to go in a certain time. Like, it's really, it's not, I really see, like, it's a lot of funny people in Chicago, you know, of all different races, all different ages. So it's really a motivator to let you know you ain't never too old to do this, you know what I mean? And you got to do whatever you can with the time that you're given, you know what I mean? Yeah. Honestly, I haven't found the way to balance it yet, but I'm going to keep trying to do both.
And that's all that matters, you know, and I can feel that you are driven a lot by your family and your children. So I want to know how much of your comedy includes your family.
A lot of it. A lot of it. Like, I have a what I call a Father's Day skit where I really talk about me and my father's relationship. I always do it around that time of year for Father's Day when I'm doing those kind of shows. My kids are a big part of my comedy set. Like I said, I refer to them as my Louis and my Gucci bag, and I'll go further into that for my comedy set, and I'm lit, and my comedy refer to that too. Some lit moments in my life.
So I hear you say you lit. What kind of style of comedy would you describe yourself?
I would definitely say I've mastered the adult content, and I'm working on cleaning it up a little bit because I want to get the money wherever.
You got to get on those talk shows.
Yeah, so I'm working on cleaning it up a little bit. And
I think that's interesting because, like, any artist, you always have to make a decision how to be commercial versus being like what you love doing, and the rawness of any kind of art you make is always going to be rough around the edges. You got to clean it up a little bit. And there's always a bit of that balance of, like, am I compromising? Am I taking this too much out of it? And I think that's always something, like, you talk to a lot of artists, and they probably have to navigate that too. What would your advice to people who are trying to figure that out, that balance?
Just be open-minded, I think. You know, just definitely my go-to metaphor is look at the pie. Don't look at the slice that, you know, is on your plate, but look at the entire pie and just know, like, it's more to it. Yeah. It's more to it than what you have. And if you want more, you have to do it. You have to be willing to do more. So you have to open your mind and not just be complacent.
Dude, that's super exciting because, like, the idea that you got to be more as an artist is the whole freaking point of it, right? Like, that's the whole thing, is you're trying to contribute to something bigger than yourself and try to be passionate about it. Right. But sometimes you get stubborn. Like, I get stubborn all the time. I'm a very stubborn person. And the thing is, sometimes the best things happen when you open your mind. You realize, in my case, a lot of times I'm a moron. That's like a daily reminder. So that always helps.
But look, John, it actually does not stop at comedy with this lady over here.
It doesn't.
John,
it doesn't.
Can you tell the people, and even inform John, what else?
Okay, I am the host of the Kinky Bingo and Comedy Show. I am we're called the Kinky Duo. So my sister-in-law, she has a sex toy business, Vixen Adult Toys, so Vixen Novelties. And one day we were just chilling. She goes everywhere with me. Like, I hardly ever do an open mic or a mic and you don't see my sister. That's first of all. So that's my biggest support system. I just returned the favor, going to all her little pop-up parties. She get private bookings for, we do what we call a kinky clay class and kinky bingo at home. So doing that, I would go with her, and I had people cracking up. And then I was like, one day we was like, hey, we should do a Kinky Bingo and Comedy Show. And 11 shows later, we looking to take it on the road this summer, and we do it every month. Our next one is April 14th, and it's a good time. It's good for couples, a girls' night out. We need some more meat in the building. Would you bring the meat, John?
I will definitely bring the meat.
Bring the meat.
But you're the sex toy business, so I'm going to get intimidated by this.
Don't
they
be
got like things like
intimidated.
fists on it. That's crazy. Like, I don't know.
We don't do all that there, like, you know.
But I do have a question, like, as a dude, like, how do you approach, like, a kink? Like, how do because everybody's got something, right? And it's a special place in a relationship where you can kind of talk about it. You do that for comedy. You do it as a thing.
I make people comfortable. Like, say the first game, everybody like, by the third round, everybody like, pick me.
Is there any one that's really common that like a lot of people have, or is there something that really stand out there? Like, is there ever a time you're like, dang, that's crazy?
Oh yes. One time we had a girl who was like, I want to say her name is. I'm gonna shout out because she's read Leah. This girl did like a flip off the stage. Like she came up there to do what we call head first, right? So we had a lady suck these candy dick bars.
Leah, call me.
Yeah.
I'll post my Instagram.
And she had one in her mouth and flipped off the stage and like brought it down. That's one of our best moments of Kinky Bingo in comedy. We love you. She's come to a couple of them. So yeah, it get turned up. We have couples get up there together, like guys call their girls up.
I love that.
It sounds pretty lit. Can you tell the people the slogan for the bingo?
Being into nasty games and open minds.
Now you told me it ain't your grandma's bingo.
It's not your grandma's bingo. It is not. You do not win. Don't think you gonna come here and win 500 because you ain't gonna win 500. But you gonna win a great time. You know, you gonna go home with something like, boo. Guess what?
I'm definitely.
You definitely gonna leave a lot wetter than you came. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
Lord
I'm gonna leave a lot wetter than I came.
Yes, the fellas will leave it out like a rock.
Yeah, right? Can we get a sound effect in here? Like, yeah.
Right. This is so exciting. So I definitely want to be present. So can you tell the people, the next time you having one, what's going on, what's the
April
detail?
14th is the next show. The link is already open. Yes, you follow me at Love Jones for Laughter, LUVJONEZ, the number 4 Laughter, and the link is right there for you, baby. Grab your tickets because they go fast. And, come out and have a good time, and that's CUM. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What extra?
John gonna be in the building.
Yeah.
later.
Is Lee, are you gonna be there? Are you gonna? I get turned on by women who have like lollipops.
We gonna show John how to get the kinky. He wanna know.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, we need more meat in the building. So, and I. Let me tell you.
I got the meat.
I done tasted some white meat before. Alright, so.
Yeah, I know. Hey man, don't believe the stereotypes. Don't believe the stereotypes, okay? I'm bad at math too.
Orange
so
chicken
don't
is
even
one of
start.
my favorite things. I love
Don't
it.
even. Yeah.
Can you cook?
Oh, of course, dude. I'll do anything. I grew with women. I will do anything for a woman. That's my. Well,
See,
that's
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 fellas.
always good though. That
He ain't on that
John
Kevin
is-
Samuel
John
shit.
is
He
ready
said he'll
for
do anything
Yeah.
for a woman. He on that baby face. That's what I'm talking about. That 1993
I'll bring
shit.
flowers,
That's what I'm talking
roses.
about.
I'll do all that stuff. If you flip over, what did you say she did? She did a backflip. Dang, she should. You got to post it on your Tinder profile. You'll get swipes on
Tinder, baby. I mean, no shade to those on Tinder, but I don't have to do that.
Man, it's mad wow. And
I'm
you
not
know
trying
what?
to come up on Disappeared on the next ID
With
episode. I'm
the
straight.
kinky karaoke and trap, I wouldn't even think that you would have to
karaoke, and I am there. Like,
yes, kinky
yeah.
karaoke and bingo.
If you had to sing one kinky song,
Oh man,
what would be your kinky? I want to know just so I can just know
That's
what
a good
vibe
question.
you're on.
Like a seduction song.
Yeah, like what song you remember? What's the best
Sade.
kinky you got?
Anything by was that?
You be making love. You be making love. See, that's the problem. You gotta start looking.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Is like I agree. Don't get me wrong, but like
Play some Justin
I
Timberlake.
agree.
Play
The
some
problem
Justin
is getting those women, because women are like women are sensual and they're open about that and they're stronger than ever.
Well,
it's
your
hard to
role,
step up
if
to
you're
that.
playing
It's
Sade,
hard.
you better have nice hips. You better have a good roll.
Gotta get a roll game. I can't do that.
See,
I did a Zumba class
You gotta
once,
done that.
and those ladies kicked my butt.
Y'all are mad
You gotta know how
wild
to
up
roll
in
your
here.
hips
before
I'm
Sade.
seriously
I would
having
look
the
at
time of
Goof
my
up
life.
No, I'm
I'm
trying to
not
get you
lying.
You gotta, no, see, I did the lip bite. I did the lip bite. You can't do the, you can never bite your lip. That's rule number 1, guys. Don't ever try to be sexy and bite your lip.
Yes, you do.
Why
No,
not though?
it doesn't work.
See, that's your
You
problem.
said
No.
don't bite your lip?
You think that you, like, if I were to go,
Hey,
no,
hey.
there's a rule in my, if I was rolling my hips,
You
like,
gotta be more confident,
You
John.
do.
You gotta be more
Your dick
confident.
can't be hard and you acting like that.
that's true.
You gotta beat your
I
dick.
gotta own the lip bite, own
You
the
and your
lip bite.
dick gotta meet. You can't have nothing.
Yeah, I got the meat and I got the lip bite. I gotta
Y'all
put that on a t-shirt.
are
You got the meat?
wild up
Okay.
in here.
I got the
You got
meat.
the meat, like.
Curves a little bit to the left. Is that okay, boss?
Oh, that's good. You got a hook. Oh,
No, it's you can't you can't put a coat on it.
The
I'm not
hook
saying.
make this sound.
It's more like a soft left turn off the highway.
It make that little
It's more
pop
like,
when it pop out, don't it?
Oh my God.
It be like,
Y'all
anybody in here with a hook know it
out.
go. That's how you know it popped out.
It's true.
Oh my God. So we just learned that John is Captain Hook. Can you please?
No, don't say that. That
Can
goes
you-
right
That's
about.
your
I'm
Tinder
done.
page. That's your new Tinder.
I'll go in a bar. Hey, it's
Shondolyn.
Captain Hook. I was like, no, it's a slight lean. It's not like no.
Can we bring it back down to PG-13?
That's
Shondolyn,
true. Sorry.
can you tell
You
these
on
people?
Captain.
Can you tell these people what else you got going on in comedy? So we know April 14th.
I got a show March 13th at
Oh.
Shakers on Clark. I had a show there featured that. Yeah.
Definitely. So April
Come out, meet me
14th.
in person.
April 14th is the Kinky Bingo and
Yes, the comedy
karaoke
show.
and
Yeah.
comedy show.
Kinky Bingo and comedy, yeah.
March 13th is
Just
the
I'm gonna do a little stand up.
very
Stand
good.
up tall on to make you laugh.
Very good. Well, you have definitely succeeded in making me laugh tonight. I think that you worth any comedy show, any
thank you,
stage,
love. Thank you,
anything.
love.
I know for a fact that you would tear it down. John, I believe the same about you.
Thank
Y'all
you.
got
It's
some
John,
chemistry.
not Captain Hook. That will not.
Captain Hook, no, I'm
No,
calling you
I should-
Captain Hook for the
Come
rest
on,
of
maybe.
the
Don't
night.
act like that.
I'm calling you Captain Hook for the rest of the night. I think y'all got a
me
great
too.
chemistry going on.
Yeah,
here.
man, this is fun.
In the comedy world, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can really make people laugh. I feel like the guest, and like I'm entertained right now. Like this is so amazing. So can you tell the people once again, Miss Shondolyn, where they can find you on everything that they can find you? Because these people need to, we need to laugh,
I need
right?
y'all to follow me. Follow
Come
me
on.
at LUVJONEZ, the number 4 laughter. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram, and that's about all I really do. The rest is find me outside, and you can catch me outside.
One more time, April 14th.
Yes, April 14th, Kinky Bingo and Comedy. Come out and play with your exotic side.
So it's not your grandma's karaoke, baby. So if you win this
Bingo.
game, you
keeps
might
my
get you a
shit.
dildo, you might get you a rose. Let me just say, April 14th, your girl gonna be in the building.
That's she coming in. She
For
want that
sure.
rose. If you win, I'm
winning.
telling my sister to
I'm
give her the
cheating.
rose.
Let me tell you this. I'm cheating the
rigged.
game of bingo for this rose. For sure. So March 13th. What else you got going on?
March 13th, I'll be at Shakers, and you can catch me outside at some open mics and doing what I do.
For sure. So, it's been probably one of my favorite episodes of Urban Grind Radio tonight. I have not laughed this much on one of the episodes, I swear to God. So, it's your girl, your home girl, the queen of the ghetto gospel, Johni Demeatri. And to the left of me, we have...
Captain Hook, I guess. Is that where we're going? No, it's John Ming, everybody. You can find me on Instagram at John Ming.
Oh, it has been a lovely evening at Urban Grind Radio. We out, y'all.
What's up, y'all? It's Shondolyn Jones. I want to give a shout out to Urban Grind Radio for having me and for the good time.